So let's talk this Saturday afternoon, WWE Crown Jewel. Before we get into it, I will say from legitimate sources, WWE Crown Jewel is still happening. It's been reported that WWE wrestlers are in Saudi Arabia as we speak. They've already landed on the ground. There was a threat in which Iran has come out actually as recording said that that's not true, but that there was threat of an Iran strike on the kingdom, if you will, in Saudi Arabia. That brought concern regarding this upcoming weekend's Crown Jewel, obviously, because, I mean, if you're going to threaten to do something to a country, you're obviously not just doing it, you're doing it randomly sometimes, but in this sense, if you find out that there's something, if another country wanted to attack the United States, and oh, by the way, they found out that the Super Bowl was happening this weekend, and they were planning on attacking this weekend anyways, I think that seems like target one right there. And I know Saudi Arabia's got other stuff going on, but let's be real. I mean, I don't think they have another real major event. They probably got other soccer games and stuff going on, but especially something that's got so many American eyes. That's not only American eyes. They don't have anything else so internationally going on.
But American citizens.
Yeah, American citizens.
So what is one way to attack America without attacking America is if Americans are doing an American televised event in another country and you attack. Let's hope that nothing happens, obviously. That's first and foremost. I hope nothing comes of this. Regardless of whether it's wrestlers at a stadium, just in general, we have enough issues going on in the world. We don't need to add this whole Saudi Arabia, Iran stuff. I'm just looking for some peace, some good wrestling, and some good times.
And I have to say, and I put this out on Twitter, and specifically it related to all this. And listen, if you post something on the internet,
oh boy, here we go.
And let's use Twitter as just the main example.
So much legitimized stuff on social media.
If you have a Twitter account, okay, and your face isn't the profile picture, or a picture of you isn't the profile picture, I really, unless your profile picture is like of a checkmarked news source in which has people behind that has other names, like for example, add heel to the face.
Hey, wait, hold on, backtrack here. So, my personal social media does not have a picture of me.
It did. I actually didn't even know this. I thought it did.
No, it doesn't. It has a picture of the Dallas Cowboys picture, because I also do work for. Okay. I do some stuff for the Cowboys. But now that you're saying that, it's like, geez, man. Well, so do I got to put my face on this?
Well,
now?
Here's why. Here is why. Because of the fact that people say things. And listen, I understand that there's probably an extraordinary circumstance out there where somebody wants to say something and they're legitimate behind it and they have all the validity to do it, but they just don't want to put their face out there for whatever reason, but their claim or their opinion is still valid. I understand there's a minority of people out there that are like that, but most people out there, the reason why their face isn't there is because they're not standing behind what they say. The reason why I try to have a picture of myself there, while I may be speaking in a way that I may not speak off of Twitter or off of the computer, I am not saying anything in which if somebody said, "Did you say this?" I would deny. I would say, "I didn't say that. That's not me. Didn't come from me. I don't know what you're talking about." I would not put a profile out there which would make it impossible to find who I am and say something. And a lot of people, first off, I've never said anything outrageous in that regard, because people not just put that, but then they put the most outrageous things out there. I recently had somebody, no lie, do this. I posted something, and again, this is coming from me. I posted something, I think it was baseball related, and somebody commented, "Well, your team lost in the first round, so they suck," or something like that. And I said, hey, something probably not that big of a deal, because it's not that big of a deal. And then they commented back about, well, this, that, and the other thing about your website and, the town you live in. And it's like, I'm over here being transparent about what I'm saying. And this is this isn't even an argument. This is a comment I put on a baseball Instagram. And somebody over here who has no name, and this is what I put. I said, "I'm sorry, I don't take comments from people who have 29 followers and no name behind their," you know what I mean? And that's when he started being like, "Well, if you didn't, your team and you live in this area and your podcast, and he starts he dug deep.
Hey, easy with the podcast, all right?
You know, he said podcast suck, and it's like
good for you, pal.
And again, why would he say any of this stuff? Because there's no picture there, and there's nothing of identifying. So it's literally an anonymous, strange person yelling at a person who, like myself, is being transparent, who's making comments, who's being behind every single comment, and then you have this person out there who is saying these things, clearly is saying things that he's not standing behind, because like what I say is, if you want to say something similarly outrageous, stand behind it. But like the people who obviously block their profile, a lot of them then say things that are like ridiculous. I mean, hey, let's say something super racist or super like just ridiculous. It's like prank phone calls. You know what I mean? It's like,
man, *67, man. Whew,
and what goes back to Crown Jewel is so many people had been posting over the last couple days.
Wait, are you saying internet wrestling people, they're not legitimate?
There are some that you take more seriously than others, for sure. But all of these people,
whoa, hey, majority of it is a big NO.
I tell you, I'm smart enough to at least, anytime I see anyone post any breaking news from WWE, I'm smart enough to at least go say thank you for that information. Now let me go to the WWE official page, and like, even if they post, a screenshot from WWE's Twitter, WWE's Instagram, Facebook, whatever, I actually go find that legitimate post on the WWE source before I comment and go and share it to Brandon over here or start sharing it around the world. I'm going to go, if WWE really says breaking news and with their check mark, and that's a screenshot of somebody who's new to the company, I'm going to find it on the WWE site itself before I go share that.
But I will say, though, there are, and I'm not giving up my sources because I do have some good sources out there. I have, obviously, if it comes from like WWE, AEW, the different feds, so to speak. Aside from that, there are a few, and when I say a few, I'm not talking about that particular individual who that we know has a great relationship with Eric Bischoff, but there are some out there that, like, when they put something out, I'm like, okay, this is probably legit. But to your point, people are making up and photoshopping, because you could Photoshop anything nowadays. And make it look like it's WWE or an official this,
so for all the people
that.
Posting the official WWE statement that I've seen all over Twitter that says that Crown Jewel has officially been moved, it will be at the Performance Center, and that tickets will be refunded, and they can't wait to go back to Saudi Arabia when tensions.
BS.
But yeah. For all the people that are posting that, who literally under their own pages comment to people who say, is this true? And go, actually, I'm not really sure. I just saw it on the internet and started sharing it. Don't share it. It's not true. And, if somebody then comments if I post something and someone underneath comments, is this true? I'm not ever going to respond. I'm not sure. I just saw it on the internet. Can you tell me if it's true? I'm going to say, yes, it's true. Here's where you can find it from somebody else other than me.
Man,
kind of thing.
I got to tell you, this is like part of the reason why Jared posts more stuff on social media than I do. I am not a big social media person. Jared, I don't do the Instagram. I don't even do, what is it, Snapchat? See, that's how far
that's not even really like, that's just social media, like directly between people who know each other.
But still.
Except for you get bots on there that try to send you ridiculous, sex requests, which is hilarious of all the social medias. I've gotten those actually a lot in the past couple days, and it's the funniest thing because
from Snapchat?
From Snapchat, and it's the funniest because Snapchat is the one place, it's like your phone number. Your phone number, if I put your phone number in, doesn't come up with a name for you, doesn't come up with a location. I mean, it probably actually comes up with a location you can guess from the area code. But what I'm saying is Snapchat is just a username. It doesn't have much more information. So it's funny when people like snap like, hey, I noticed you on here and you're super sexy. You want to hang out? And it's funny because there are no pictures of myself. There is no name. There is no location. There is no profile which says anything about me that could indicate how old I am, what gender I am,
you look like.
what I look like, what I'm into. It's literally like texting a random phone number and saying, hey, you're super sexy. You want to talk? And it's like, you don't know what is on the other end of that line. Any idiot who would believe any people who send random things on Snapchat like that, I guess, deserve what they have coming to them.
I mean, I don't know for a fact because I don't have Instagram, but I mean, you have told me you do take a lot of pictures when you do travel.
Huh?
Correct, right? Am I wrong?
Correct.
I wouldn't know these things because I don't go. I signed up for Instagram once, and like I have an account, but I don't even go on. I don't even have the app on my phone. I've never done anything with it. I just I wanted to watch a video one time, and I wanted to see the video, and you had to like sign up, make an account. So it suckered me in that one time. So like every once in a while, someone says, "Hey, I saw you have an Instagram." I don't use Instagram. So if you see anybody,
people have said that about Facebook. They said, I think that there's my name's out there on a Facebook account that I also don't have. So.
I was gonna say you don't do Facebook.
I don't do Facebook.
So for the record, no Facebook for Jared and no Instagram for me. And we both do Twitter, but you do Twitter way more.
And frankly, I could probably, I could see myself someday probably just having the heel to the face Twitter. That is where I could see, so we just post this stuff and put this out there.
I mean, the more of the story is, social media can be really ugh.
So Crown Jewel is happening. It's this Saturday. As of right now, as of recording, it is going on. And I want to actually
as of recording, yes.
I'm just kind of curious here.
So don't come after us, Twitter trolls and social media trolls in general, that if it changes after we've already recorded this, we're recording this on a Thursday night. So if it happens, and that's Thursday night in central New York. So
Saudi Arabia is 7 hours in advance of the East Coast. So a 7 o'clock start there, a 12 o'clock start on the East Coast, a 9 o'clock start if you're watching over in California and even earlier elsewhere in the world.
So in California, you can breakfast in bed and watch Crown Jewel. Cool.
It'll be over with hopefully for you guys by noon. That means it's a 3-hour pay-per-view.
It's probably better for them because you can have the rest of your Saturday.
8 matches on the card. Obviously headlined by Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul. The storyline, not the greatest. I mean, Logan Paul, how deserving of a championship match is he?
No.
Not the best, but we know how these Crown Jewel events are. They're star-studded, trying to get eyeballs on the product. Good way to do that is Logan Paul. A better way to even do that is the fact that I heard that Jake Paul might be coming out with Logan Paul. But we'll just start right with the top of the line. Roman Reigns, he's leaving as champion, right? Despite the fact that they're, giving it the WrestleMania poster feel with Roman and Logan doing. It looks like an old boxing.
Yeah.
Remember the old boxing pictures back in the day? The weigh-ins?
It's funny how they're doing a lot of this boxing stuff with the Paul brothers because we just had a quote unquote boxing match this past weekend, which, let's be honest, who wants to watch a young man beat almost a 50-year-old Anderson Silva who shouldn't be fighting anymore? That's beside the point. So the moral of the story is, Paul brothers, I don't care which one it is, Logan, Jake, do they have any other brothers? Roman Reigns is walking out of that stadium as champion.
Yeah, I think
it's like,
don't know how it's going to be done.
It's not that.
You know what would be kind of interesting, and I don't see this happening, but hey, you never know. Jake Paul, if this is more than a one-off, right? He turns on his brother Logan. We have a little Logan versus Jake in the WWE ring in the future.
Here's the thing: would it get more eyeballs on the product, which I'm a fan of? Yes. As a wrestling fan, do I give a hoot? 0 hoots, 0 F's given for that. I just hope Roman Reigns just whoops the crap out of this Paul brother, and then we can enjoy the other matches before that.
A match that is not so much what we're used to seeing in the Saudi Arabia build-up, celebrity star-studded event, and more or less actually a storyline that's going on that's legit, that could be at any pay-per-view that's in WWE, and that's the OC with AJ and the return of Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus the Judgment Day in a 6-man tag. This interests you, and who do you see coming out as the victor?
I think it's gonna the winner of this matchup is gonna do Too Sweet at the end. So
I guess we're doing the OC here.
Well, I mean, Finn does Too Sweet as well. So realistically, I think you got to go with the OC. I think the OC.
No one making a turn here and joining the Judgment Day. No, maybe AJ Styles.
No. Why the hell would you bring back Gallows and Anderson just to break them up when they just got back with Styles?
Well, they can stay together as a tag team.
Yeah, but the OC is the original club, so to speak. So why would you break up Styles and Gallows and Anderson right after Gallows and Anderson came back and Anderson broke his agreement with New Japan to do this one? So.
And he says he said as the last update that he's still keeping that championship and he's going to defend it on his terms and that he's not going to relinquish it this Saturday when he doesn't show up at the New Japan event. But
that's neither here nor there. But still, at the end of the day, OC wins. Judgment Day is going to take. They're going to see their judgment and they're going to lose.
First time ever was Royal Rumble this past year. Brock and Bobby, they're doing it again. That's what kicked off, like Raw this week, just the whole, gimmick of them want to get at each other. And do you see this being the end of this, or do you see this happening again, let's say, WrestleMania?
I mean, let's see. Who won the last fight?
The last one was Bobby, but that was because Roman Reigns came out. Brock was champion. Bobby ended up becoming the new champion because Brock lost the match because Roman Reigns came out and made the attack. Later on, obviously, in the night, we saw Brock win the Royal Rumble, in retaliation.
So Bobby won the first one.
Bobby won the first one. I don't think it was by DQ, but it was obviously with the help of Roman Reigns.
So technically, Bobby won the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So if we want to have a trilogy here, that would have to mean Brock Lesnar has to win this match, which I do see Brock Lesnar winning this match, and then they're going to have to do the trilogy at one of the big pay-per-views, and why not wait and build it up a little bit more, maybe suspend somebody indefinitely, quote-unquote, for a decent amount of time, and have this blow off as the hey, Bobby has won, Lesnar has won, who's going to get the advantage? Do it at WrestleMania.
We definitely can't have Brock and Roman anymore. I think that's tired out, at least.
Yeah.
Definitely for the time being.
We don't need that.
Another big man on big man, Omos and Braun Strowman. Who do you see leaving with this one? I think this one is. I think this one's Braun Strowman. I mean, they just brought him back as well. I see Braun Strowman beating Omos.
Yeah, I see Braun doing.
And I don't see it being a long match.
No. I think this is a 5-minute or less match, and I see Braun doing his thing and winning the match. I mean, why bring him back if you're just going to give him a quick L? I think Omos, obviously, with the way he's been packaged since Vince left, tells you all you need to know about Omos at this point.
Steel Cage, Drew McIntyre, and Karrion Kross. We just saw them in the strap match at Extreme Rules. They're going to face off again. This time, I think Drew McIntyre gets the win, clearly, because they gave the heel, Karrion Kross, the win at Extreme Rules. So how could Drew McIntyre not get the win here?
Yeah, I agree. I think Drew McIntyre is going to win a great steel cage match between the two.
Last woman standing, Bianca Belair against Bayley, the championship on the line. I can't see Bianca Belair not winning this, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that title changing hands. Nope. I think Bianca beats Bayley.
Yeah, and I see that. I think that might set up for like a Bianca versus Ronda match at Survivor Series.
Well, Becky should be on her way back soon because she was filming Young Rock, I heard. So
gotcha.
So
the Usos, we don't see them put their championship on the line. We forget that they're the undisputed tag team champions. They're taking on a new team, if you will, that they, not the Street Profits and such, in the Bruising Brutes, Rich Holland and
Brutes.
The Brawling Brutes.
We are bruisers too, yes.
Yes.
That's where you get confused. I just, at this point,
Rich Holland and Butch.
Yeah, there you go. The Rich Holland and Butch. As much as I like Pete Dunne, that's who I'm not gonna call him Butch. He's Pete Dunne. He always will be Pete Dunne. They need to get back to that. As much as I like that guy, and I don't mind Rich Holland, even though he might have ended the career of Big E.
Mm-hmm.
It's the might have. I mean,
yeah.
I hope not. But that was a bad break for E. So hopefully he gets back down the line. But I just can't see the Usos losing this match. I think the Usos. I mean, as long as they got that oosiness about them, as Sami Zayn likes to say, if they're just enough oozy in that tag team, I think the Usos will walk away as champs. Still.
The new women's tag team champions as of Monday Night on Raw, Alexa Bliss and a returning Asuka against Damage Control for the women's tag team championship.
I could see this match going to Damage Control.
Yeah,
I think so. I think if you're going to
start like a back and forth feud.
Yeah, I think so because out of all the matches that have any titles on the line, I think this is the most likely, even though the belt just changed hands. It would make sense.
Asuka was gone for so long that when she did finally return, it wasn't like the Bayley, where we kind of like, when Bayley and Asuka were gone for so long and then finally Bayley came back, we then just kind of like gave up on Asuka coming back.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
So when she did, we're like, oh yeah, there you are.
There's Asuka.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's where I'm at. I think Damage Control, I think they do some shady tactics and win the match.
Bray Wyatt's going to be there as well. Do you see them this week, obviously, on a pre-taped episode of SmackDown that took place, I think, in St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken, is last Friday, and they obviously taped this upcoming week's SmackDown. Do we find the reveal of who Captain Howdy is this week on SmackDown? Do we see it at Crown Jewel, or are we going to just keep pushing this on a little bit more?
Bo Dallas will be there, yeah.
I've heard rumors as well that this could be actually what would be even better than Bo Dallas would actually be Barry Windham. Because, I mean, we're talking uncle here, right? It's silly, if Bo Dallas was the uncle, because then clearly he has to obviously play character. But if, let's say it's Barry Windham, he could, because he's legitimately the uncle.
But here's the thing. What gave it away? The earring.
Oh, the earring.
Yes.
That
tips the hand, man. Hey, as much as the internet wrestling community can be, how they are, you can pick up on a lot of little things that just say, that's Bo Dallas. And Bo Dallas will be believing and being back in WWE very soon.